Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be me showing you how I'm using a product to remove deodorant stains or marks under the armpit area. I recently had a free inventory haul from a family friend who had given me a whole bunch of suits since they retired and they had no need for them anymore. And some of them, about half of them, had some sort of deodorant residue. So I have a bin right here of suits, and I am going to move the camera, show you how I'm using this product that someone suggested, and then at the end I'll show you the success or not success of the suits so that you can kind of get some perspective on the different materials and kind of different colors and that kind of stuff. So shout out to Beth who suggested this product on that video. This is an Amazon product called Skid Out. I will link it below. It's not very expensive. I can't remember. I didn't actually get it. My mom saw that comment and she ended up ordering it and having it sent to my house. But it says that basically you just use this little dry kind of sponge-like thing and you rub on it. I've used it with 2 or 3 suits last night when I was taking photos and it seemed to work pretty well. So I immediately just thought, oh, I'll wait and do a video and with the rest of them and show you kind of how it does. There are 2 of these little sponge things in, and it does say if you can't just get it out with a dry sponge, you can dampen the other one and try that. Also, they do disclose that it might not work. Certain items might still need to be dry cleaned. So I appreciate that they're not making any extreme claims that it will work 100% of the time. Also, one little tip on here is it does say that it can also clean and refresh suede. So that's a really great thing. I'm not going to try it on suede today, but it's good if it can help with that too. So the brand is called Fashion First Aid, and I think that they have some other solutions. So I might actually see if there's anything else by this brand that might help. But yeah, check it out below if this is something that you are in need of. And I'm just going to move the camera, show you how I'm working speed through, have some music playing, and then at the end, I'll show you the ones that maybe didn't have a good, easy time getting it out, or hopefully there's not too many of those. But yeah, if you aren't subscribed, feel free to hit the subscribe. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, let me know. I really appreciate it. So let's get to deodorant cleaning, shall we? Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can actually see how it actually works, but I will just note a couple things. So this did not have too much residue. The very first dress was the hardest one, or the worst one, I think, out of the bunch. And of course I started with that one, and it appears that I'm gonna have to try maybe the damp thing on that. So I just put that aside. The jacket, however, that went with that it came out, because I think that one of the things I'm noticing is that if it's this lining material, this polyester lining material, it comes off with just a few brushes. Like the residue, the little like sparkle, I didn't know deodorant had sparkle, but so the lining, it appears to just take it off like that. So I'll show you a close-up of that with a few of these. This is kind of like the first one where it's a little bit of a textured, so there is some residue on the inside lining, so I think it should get out that. This, I had a hard time with the last one, so I might have to work on that with a damp one. But, and then the purple came out super easy because it had the lining, but there was also, because it was a purple, it wasn't like a black, there was some staining, like some faint staining. So it got off the residue, but there was still some marks. So which I'll just show you. So it helped, but if you can see, there is still a discoloration. And so it will still need to be noted, but at least it doesn't have the residue for someone, which personally, they can still take it to a dry cleaner. It's just a matter of trying to sell it in as, you know, decent of condition as I can. So anyways, I'm gonna work on these ones that have the lining, and then I'll come back with these 2 black dresses and try the damp way, which is why I have this little thing of water. So let's zoom in and let you see how this works. overall, I might be able to see more when I watch the playback to see kind of how good of a job it did, just because the camera tends to be a little bit better than my eyes. But with any of the polyester lining, it took a few strokes and just kind of maneuvering the armpit area, and it seemed to do a pretty good job. The basically, I mean, there's still just like a little bit right there. And I wasn't using too strong of pressure, so I don't think it brings it back to perfect condition, but it definitely did a great job and super quick and easy. So I think that if I were in a Goodwill or at the bins or some other thrift store and I found like a really great suit item or anything that had some residue, if it had lining, I wouldn't hesitate, because this seemed to work on all of them with this polyester lining. I don't think I have any silk here, which I don't think I saw any silk in any of the material tags originally, so I'm not sure how it would work on that. But I tried different colors. The only difference, I think, with the purple or with some of the colors is it might just have some discoloration still that this doesn't get out. But as far as the residue, it worked great. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, I don't know, I'm just gonna use the new one and dampen this. only because this does have residue on it and I just want to start with a clean one and see how this does on the two dresses, because yeah, and all it says is if you cannot remove the stain, moisten the other, skid out, and try again. Some stains may require. So this dress didn't have too bad, so I'm going to start with this. The other one was significantly worse, and that was the worst one out of the bunch. So for the most part, if I have to sell a couple of these as is, or maybe look at some different options, but I'm pretty pleased with this product. I mean, super easy. So I'm just dunking this little sponge thing in. Get out the water. All right, so let's try this, and I'll move you down again. Okay, so yeah, it actually worked pretty well. I'm gonna try it with the other one that I am not as confident in. Also, at the end of this, when I'm editing, I will double check these wet ones because I'm wondering if they dry without any residue, but I mean, it definitely had no problem. I did use it on the lining as well, and it worked just as well as the dry one on the polyester lining. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty... It's not damp at all. Like I can barely feel any like moisture, but yeah, great. So again, at the end, I will add if they do dry with any sort of residue, but for right now, I'm impressed. So, okay, this is the last one. And this is the one that I did try the dry one on. So it did help a little bit. This was not as bad as it was. Let's see. Yeah, so I tried both sides with the dry one and it still has this residue. So we're gonna see if the somewhat damp one can help get that out. Okay, so I'm pretty happy. You know, I was really worried about this dress because it was, at the beginning, it had a lot of residue on it and it just felt like it was kind of deep. So the first pass with the dry took off a little bit, and then the second pass, I did dunk it again into the water to just get it a little bit more damp. But again, I'll jump in when I'm editing to say if there were any issues with it coming back, but it's not perfect. I mean, you can tell compared to like down here that there is still just a tiny, like I can tell, maybe I can tell just because I knew exactly what it looked like, but I think once it dries, I think it should be good. And yeah, that was all my tests. I had no issues with any of them, so I'm pretty happy. I don't know how I think everything that I had here was either polyester or polyester blend. So I am excited to maybe test this out on some other fabrics like, well, cotton's washable. I mean, basically this is just stuff that they claim is dry clean only. So, you know, dresses, suits, those types of things. But I'll keep trying this because I'm pretty impressed. So I don't know. The only thing I'm interested in is like, these are reusable. So do you just like let them dry and put them back in the package and just kind of keep them stored that way? That's probably what I'm going to do because this one is damp. So I'll probably leave this one out. And yeah, anyways, link is below if you want to try this out. I'm pretty happy. So thank you, Beth, who suggested this. Thank you, Mom, for ordering this and having it show up at my doorstep because that was convenient. And now I can finish listing all of these suits. So hit the thumbs up and I will see you guys in another video. Hope everyone's doing well. Bye.